There, now I know I'm not muted. All right, so welcome to our fifth reading in the How to Become Money workbook. Love this book. This is the version that I have in English. This is the version I have in Spanish. Basically the same thing and truly amazing. And the book begins with questions. Why does it begin with questions? Because it gets you to look at where you're functioning from. If you would get out of the world of your thoughts, and you would notice that most of your things that stick you in any one topic are your thoughts about that topic, thoughts, points of view, same diff, same stuff. So yeah, it's really, really good, Rita. It's really yummy. My husband won't try it because he says, no, I won't have instant coffee. But that Dagona coffee trend, yeah, it's definitely fun. So how does it get even better? Anyway, we've got 13 questions that we can look at to see what is our point of view about money and see what is it that if we look at it honestly. Now, this isn't about getting the correct answer or having to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. It's about really, really looking at, wow, okay, this is my thinking about what's going on. This is what I believe to be true, but what if it isn't? What else is possible there? And I love that because it's letting go of the past. It's letting go of the story. It's letting go of anything that we've used as our kind of launching point for life up to now, and then it allows us to change things. So grab a notebook or grab your phone if you feel like writing it in your phone, which is what I did right now, and let's answer these 13 questions. We'll just answer them quickly and then go into the reading. So number one, what is money? Now, 3 answers. What does money mean to you? Now, what 3 emotions do you have when you think of money? What does money feel like to you? What does money look like to you? Again, three answers. What does money look like to you? Or sorry, what does money look like to you? Then what does money taste like to you is question number 6. Interesting. One of my responses just now was forbidden fruit. That's weird. And what the hell is forbidden fruit anyway? See, it's all just interesting points of view, and it doesn't have to make any sense. Okay, this is one response. When you see money coming towards you, from which direction do you feel it coming? Okay, and again, this is a one response question. Question number 8, in relationship to money, do you feel you have more than you need or less than you need? Tricky word in there. I'm just going to leave it there right now. Now, number 9, in relationship to money, when you close your eyes, what color is it? And how many dimensions does it have? It's funny, it just started recording me here. And one response. Now, question 10, in relationship to money, do you, what is easier? The inflow or the outflow? And question 11, this one takes 3. What are your 3 worst problems with money? Got it? Okay. Now, question number 12, which do you have more of? Money or debt? One response. You can't write both. Number 13, in relationship to money, to have an abundance of money in your life, what 3 things would be a solution to your current financial situation? Okay, cool. It's interesting to go back and see what those responses are and how they change as time goes by. So we've gone through chapter 4 of the book, and now we're getting into those were actually the great majority of the book we've already gone through, which is kind of funny. But anyway, we're looking at these different points of view. Remember, this is all conversation between Raz. This is a book that was channeled, so it's a conversation between Raz and the students. And we're going through those very same questions we've just answered. Chapter 5 is question 5. What does money look like to you? Raz. All right, next question. What does money look like to you? Student. Green and gold and silver. Which is interesting. What is this person referring to? I mean, they're in the United States. The book took place, or this class took place in 1996 in New York. What do the dollar bills, or AKA greenbacks, are called in the U.S.? That's specifically, right, green. All the, you look at all the bills, they're always green. If you go to other countries, you see them in all sorts of colors. But this person is limiting what they can receive based on what it is they know. So they'll only recognize something as money if it is green or gold and silver, which, precious metals or things that look like some of the coins that they may have. So for them, it is quite a literal, money is green and gold and silver, Raz. So it has color, it has conformity, it has solidity. Is that the truth of it? Student, no. Raz, no. Money is just energy. That is all it is. The form that it takes in the physical universe, you've made as a significance and a solidity, and around it, do you create a solidity of your own world, which creates a disability to have it. If it is only gold or silver that you see, then you better have lots of chains around your neck. Kind of like Mr. T, I don't know if you remember him from the A-Team, I think it was in the 80s. Right? If it is green, if you wear green clothes, do you have money? Student, no. Raz, no. So it is that you must see money not as a form, but as an awareness of energy, because this is the lightness from which you can create the totality of it in abundance. Student, how do you see energy? Raz, just as you felt it when you pulled it into every pore of your body. That is how you see energy. You see energy with that feeling, that perception of awareness, all right? Student, yes. Raz, next question. Now let's discuss, because it was so short, I didn't want to interrupt it so much. Every time we put a form and a structure, as Raz says, the form that it takes in the physical universe, you've made it a significance and a solidity around it. Now, one of my favorite books is The 10 Keys to Total Freedom, and it is absolutely wonderful. And I'll be doing a book club of the 10 Keys to Total Freedom with a friend of mine, Rihanna. We're going to begin that in a week and a half or so, and have some fun going through that. But the 6th key is no form, no structure, no significance. How come? Because when you lock anything up, literally lock anything up into a solidity, into a particular form, it loses that formlessness of possibility that it could have if we're willing to recognize that it is that formlessness, if we're willing to see that it is that energy, that it is that space of possibility that occurs before a thought, a feeling, an emotion in the universe that we have about it, there's fluidity, there's mobility, it can come in, it is part of who we be. But the moment that we slow it down with a thought, a feeling, an emotion, a point of view, that it has to be something in particular, it has to look a particular way. Well, what if it doesn't look that way? Are we still willing to receive it? Hang on, please. Sorry, I thought he was talking to me, but apparently he wasn't. So, so really interestingly, whenever we bring in something as a form, a solidity, and a significance, if money to this person can only be green, can they receive euros? Can they receive yen? Can they receive jewelry? Well, yeah, they have gold and silver there, but what if it happened to be diamonds? What if it happened to be pearls? What if it happened to be something that looked different than the form and structure and the qualification that they'd given? And if somebody happens to, I don't know, gift them a wardrobe or gift them a car. I remember last year when we did these readings in Spanish, in the Cómo Convertirse en Dinero, which is on YouTube, one of the people that was doing the Zoom, the get together, whatever with me, was having so much fun with it because we started looking at some different points of view. And one of the things that changed in her world is that she was willing to receive something that may look different than just money, and received her ex-husband's car after he had passed away. His relatives chose to gift her the car, which I thought was so beautiful. You never know how things show up. If you're willing to receive, you receive money in all the ways that it can appear, rather than just the ways that you've decided are right, good, appropriate, and the only ways that you could receive it. So if money is energy, and you are energy, hi, puppy. No, not today. He's having a meeting over there. She came in. Close the door. Or he's closing the door. Good. So that's the interesting thing. When money is something that we define so strongly, we confine it to be just that. And it cannot show up in any other way. It can't come to our world in any other ways. And we can't necessarily receive when someone would like to gift us a class or gift us a ticket somewhere or whatever it is that they'd like to gift us. Because we've already decided, no, I don't receive money, or money doesn't show up in my life in this way. So that's the invitation of chapter 5. What if everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be? And what if money that you think looks like bills or looks like jewels or looks like something specific could be so much more if you're willing to receive it? I told you that one was super short, half a page. Chapter 6. What does money taste like to you? Raz. Now the next question. What is the next question? Student, what does money taste like? Raz, good. So who wishes to answer that one? This should be fun. Student, money tastes like rich, dark chocolate. Raz, interesting point of view, eh? Student, paper, ink, and dirt. Raz, paper, ink, and dirt. Interesting point of view. Notice he keeps going back to interesting point of view. They're not right, they're not wrong, they're just all interesting points of view and how we've chosen to see what, or taste what money is like, define what money is like. Raz, paper, ink, and dirt. Interesting point of view. Student, dirty, blindfold. Another student, will my taste buds on the side of my mouth start to salivate? Raz, yes. Student, sweet and watery. Student, slippery filth and barn marbles and peach trees. Raz, good, all right. So it tastes very interesting to you people, eh? Do you notice that money tastes more interesting to you than it feels? Like it has more variation in it. What do you think that is? Because you have created it as your bodily function. For this student, money is about eating. Eating chocolate, yes. As you see, everybody has a point of view about how money tastes like something. It's slippery, interesting, goes across the tongue easily. Does it go down easily? Student, no. Raz, interesting point of view. Why does it not go down easily? Student, it sticks. Raz, interesting point of view. Hard, chunky, crunchy. Really interesting points of view you have about money. Student, but it's actually all the same point of view. Raz, it is the same point of view. It is about the body. Student, even though it seems different, and she's, Raz, even though it seems different. Student, she said chocolate and I said bitter, but it's the same. Raz, that is the same. It is about the body. It has to do with your body. Student, well, the tasting does. Raz, really? Student, yes. Raz, you cannot have taste out of the body? Student, not on an English sandwich. Raz, but money, the point of it was that money is a function that you see as a bodily function. You see it as a third dimensional reality, not as a reality of creation. You see it as something solid, real, and substantial, as something that has taste and form and structure. And therefore, it has a particular kind of attitude that goes with it. It all goes back to the same thing as the looking, the form, the structure, and the significance, in this case, the taste. Therefore, it has that particular kind of attitude that goes with it. But if it is energy, it is lightness and ease. If it is body, which is how they're relating to it, it is heavy and significant. And heavy and significant is where you have created it, is it not? So look at how he's relating this to the senses in the body. We respond to it, showing how it is that we define money as something very meaningful. It's actually one of the most meaningful topics that we have, one of the things that traps people more than other things, because there are so many points of view about money, so many significances that we've made real about money. One of the best ways to be mean to ourselves and mean to other people is with money, you know, and it's just fascinating, rather than that lightness and the ease, which is the energy, which is the recognition of who we be and who money bees. And when we're willing to be that, there is more of that flow, that fluidity of possibility, not the clunking closing down of different points of view. By the way, if you while I'm on live anyway. If you have any questions or want to stop me anywhere, you're certainly welcome to type it up in the chat there, and then I can see and respond if you would like. So if it is a body, if it is energy, it is lightness and ease. If it is a body, it is heavy and significant. And heavy and significant, or very much related to bodily functions, is where you have created it. Is it not? Student, yes. Raz, is that not where all your viewpoints come from? Student. So as you asked about taste, we went into assumptions again. Raz, assumptions. And if you remember the previous videos, I've said to assume means to make an ass out of you and me. Okay? So assumptions. You instantly assumed that it was body, that it is where you live, that it is how you function. You know, it is slippery, it's dirty, it's all kinds of things. It's germ-ridden. What an interesting point of view about money. Student, well, sometimes it's warm and cool. Raz, warm and cool. Is it really that? Student, well, there's like another one. It has this trust factor behind it that you hold this, a gold standard, like Raz. That is a point of view and a consideration that you bought. Is it a reality? Not anymore. Is there anything behind money? Pick up a dollar bill. What do you see behind it? Student, air. Raz, nothing. Air, lots of air. That's all that's behind it. Student, a lot of hot air. Raz, a lot of hot air. Exactly so. It's interesting because when we had a class with Gary recently, he was wearing these cufflinks, and there were $20 gold pieces, $20 coins that were gold. And I can't remember if he said it was the 70s or the 80s. Let me actually look it up. The 70s or the 60s. But when the US separated the dollars from the gold standard, let's see. Oops. The country effectively abandoned the gold standard in 1933 and severed the link between the dollar and gold in 1971. Interesting, Matt. So this was probably a $20 gold coin that Gary had had from the 60s or something like that. And at that time, when it was connected to the dollar bills, it was worth $20. Now, if you look at the current value of gold that was in that, probably worth closer to a couple of $1,000s. And that's all relative. So currently behind the dollar bill, there is no gold standard. So as he says, it's a lot of hot air. Exactly so. And when you listen to people talking about money, do they create it as hot air? Do they speak of it as hot air? Yes, but how do they create it? Oh, it is very significant and heavy and massy, is it not? It weighs on you like a ton of bricks. Is that reality? Is that how you wish to create it for yourselves? Good. So begin to look at it. Feel it. Feel every time you hear a consideration, a thought, a point of view, a lie, a story, come at you about money. This is your homework part along with all the other of this. Every time you feel the energy of some consideration, some idea, belief, decision, or attitude about money, feel where it hits in your body. Feel the weight of it and turn it to light. Turn it to light. It is only an interesting point of view. It is only an interesting point of view. That is all it is. It is not reality. But very quickly, you'll begin to see how your life has been creating. The money flows in it from your very will and participation in buying somebody else's, everybody else's point of view. Where are you in that configuration? You've gone. You have diminished yourself, you've let yourself disappear, and you've become a lackey, a slave to that which you call money. It is no more a truth than the air that you breathe is truth. It is no more significant than taking a breath. And it is no more significant than seeing the flowers. Flowers bring you joy, right? You look at flowers, it brings you joy. When you look at money, what do you get? Depressed. There's not as much there as I wished for. Never do you give gratitude for the money that you have, do you? So there's a few things in that. I'm just going to pause because I don't want to lose the idea of it. But he says, follow the lightness. Truth will always make you feel lighter, and a lie will always make you feel more contracted, more heavy. So if you perceive the consideration, you hear somebody's point of view, whether it's about anything, it could be about money, it could be about the coronavirus, it could be about anything. When you get you perceive this contraction or this tightness, or you feel it hitting you and your body in some way. If you remember in the previous chapters that we've read, what he did was push it out of you. The first thing I would personally do is just be present with it rather than trying to fix anything. Is just actually look at it, which is what we're doing when we respond to the questions each time we begin a reading. Each time we look at what is, not with judgment, not with going, wow, I'm so fucked up, I can't believe it, but actually just looking at it and going, whoa, I see you. That's it. I see you. I know you're there. Okay. Interesting. So not from trying to fix, not from trying to change, but from just being an allowance with it, noticing it. Half the time, just that would make it change. Giving it the space to actually just be. Being present with it is one of the most powerful things that you could be. Second thing that you could do is allow it out. Recognize that it doesn't have to push at you. You can say, more space, please. And you just move it out of you. And when you move it out of you is when you have a little more space for you. Generally, one of my favorite clearings is what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can my body and I be to not be affected, impacted, or impinged by anybody else's thoughts, feelings, emotions, considerations, crazy, or whatever else may be going on around me with total ease. So not to be affected or impacted. How do you not be affected or impacted? When you're space. When you're solidity and density and shrinking yourself and contracted, everything can hit against you. When you're space, it just goes through. It's no longer relevant. So when you're pushing it out of you, as he's suggesting, turn it to light, turn it, move it, turn it the other direction. If it's pushing in, show it the way out, point it in a different direction. And then it just disappears. Or you could just see it and it no longer affects you in the same way. It no longer affects you, actually, at all. So that's one thing. But when you buy a point of view, when you feel that crunch and you stay in that crunch, rather than just being present, noticing it and allowing it, inviting it out, when you buy it and you make it yours, you make it real, you're contributing to that more and more of that solidification. Not just yours, but the other person who sold you that point of view too. So, so I'll just quickly say, you'll be your participation in buying everybody else's point of view. Where are you in that? What is true for you? Is that point of view actually relevant to you? Is it something that you have to do anything with? Or could you just let it go? It's an interesting point of view that that person's chosen. You don't have to buy it as true and real for you. This is where you have a choice. What a concept, right? And this way, you get to be more of the space of you, which is the invitation. When you are the space that doesn't get affected, impacted, or impinged by anybody else's point of view. When you're really being the space of you, you're being the space of possibilities. And all that stuff just doesn't stick. You have gone, you've diminished yourself, you've let yourself disappear, and you've become a lackey and a slave to that which you call money. It is no more a truth than the air that you breathe is truth. It's no more significant than taking a breath, and it's no more significant than seeing the flowers. Flowers bring you joy, right? You look at flowers, it brings you joy. When you look at money, what do you get? Depressed. So never do you give gratitude for the money that you have, because you're depressed. There isn't much there as I wished for. So student says, no. Raz, you get $100 and you go, oh, this will pay a bill. Damn it, I wish I had more. Laughter. Instead of going, whoa, did I manifest something good or not? What if money would actually really enjoy us celebrating with it? Being grateful for it? What if whatever money you had, you just kind of, I don't know, hug it, kiss it, and say, hey, so good to see you, so good to be with you. Thank you for being here, money. Now, you know, go make babies. Have some more there in my wallet. I don't know, might be fun. But having gratitude for something actually allows it to expand. So instead of going, whoa, did I manifest something good with that $100? You don't celebrate what you create. You go, oh, I didn't make enough again. What does that say? How does that manifest in your life? If you look at the bill, if you find a dollar bill on the ground, do you pick it up and you put it in your pocket and you go, oh, I'm lucky today? Do you think, boy, I did a great job of manifesting? Did I do a great job of creating some money flows for me? No, because it was just $1. It wasn't $10,000, which is what you think you need. That need word again. So what if we become grateful for everything that comes in, whether it's a penny or $1 million? It doesn't matter. What if we begin to have gratitude for whatever comes in and whatever it is that we have? And what if we begin to practice that? Dr. Dane did a conversation with, I think it was Fox TV Austin. I shared it on my timeline as well yesterday. And it was lovely. One of the things that he mentions also is to start writing a list of 1,000 things that you're grateful for. And he said, why 1,000? Because it just kind of pushes you into seeing truly, truly, truly what you're grateful for. So what if you begin to do that? And some of those things would be about money. What would that create? What if you do begin to have gratitude for you, gratitude for everything around you, for this amazing universe, gratitude for money? It might change some of that need into more generosity of spirit. Student, so what does money taste like? Raz, what does it taste like? Student, dirty. Raz, dirty. Well, no wonder you don't have any money. Another student, sweet. Sweet, eh? Says Raz, you have more money. Student, good. Raz, good, huh? Tastes good. You get a little money in your stocking as well. Student, like water. Raz, like water? Goes pretty quick, like water, huh? Or it could be thirst quenching, I don't know. But in this case, it was that it was going pretty quick, right through the bladder. Well, what other points of view? No others? Nobody else has any other points of view about money? Student, yucky. Raz, yucky. When was the last time you tasted money? Student, as a kid? Raz, right. Because you were told as a little child that it was dirty. Don't put it in your mouth, because you bought the point of view that money was yucky. You bought the point of view that it was not goodness and that it was not energy, but that it was something to be shunned because it was dirty, because it did not provide for you as a goodness. And you bought that very young, and you have retained that point of view forever. Can you choose different now? Student, yes. Raz, good. So allow yourself to have the reality that it is only an interesting point of view. Whatever money tastes like, it is not a solidity, it is an energy, and you are energy too, all right? So have you created your world around the points of view of money that you have? Is it dirty? Is it yucky? Do you have limited amounts of it because you don't wish to be a dirty person? Sometimes it is more fun to be dirty. It was in my lifetime. So what if we would begin to look at every point of view that we have about money as an interesting point of view? Not as a solidity, not as a reality. It's all a creation, an invention, an assumption. But it isn't the truth of either money or ourselves. It's just an interesting point of view. So how much more fun could we have with all of that? It is already 11:50, so no, you know what? We're going to go through chapter 7 as well. Why not? Might as well have some more fun stuff to play with this weekend. Chapter 7. When you see money coming toward you, from which direction do you feel it coming? Raz. All right. So now the next question. What is the next question? Student. What direction do you see money coming from? That's good. So what direction do you see money coming from? Student, in front. Raz, front. So it's always in the future, eh? You are going to have it sometime in the future. You're going to be very rich. We all know that. One day my prince will come, like that. Student, but sometimes I see it coming out of nowhere. Raz, out of nowhere is a better place, but nowhere. Where is nowhere? Out of anywhere is a better place to have it coming from. Student, how about everywhere but up? Raz, so why are you limiting it? Student, I know. I never thought of that. Raz, never thought it was okay for rain to come as... Student, no, rain I saw, but I didn't think that it was coming up from the ground like your very own money tree. Raz, yes. Let money grow everywhere for you. Money can come from anywhere. Money is always there. Now, feel the energy in this room. You are starting to create as money. You feel the difference in your energies. Class, yes. Raz, yes. So where do you see it coming from? One student, my husband. Class laughs. Raz, my husband. Others, where else? Student, career. Raz, career, hard work. What points of view are you talking about here? If you're looking for it from some other person, where is that person located? In front of you, beside you, behind you? Student, behind me. If it's your ex-husband, says Raz. It is, says the student. Raz, yes. So you're looking from the past, from him, to get to your life. Is that where you create from? Student, no, but I think... Raz, yes. All right. You're lying. So first of all, take the places that are in this room, okay, and draw energy from this room in through the front of you. You guys can do that as well wherever you're watching this. I happen to be on a balcony, so it's not like corners of the room, but just begin to pull in energy from wherever you are sitting. Pull it in. Pull it in through every pore of your body. Pull it in through the front of you. Pull it in, okay? As that's going, don't stop, because you're an infinite being. You can pull from everywhere. Keep pulling it in front of you. Now pull it in from the back of you as well. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling through every pore of your body. And now pull it in from the sides of you. We're doing a wave here. Through every pore of your body. Keep pulling, Keep pulling all of those all at the same time. Yeah. Now pull it in from the bottom of you, going up into your feet, your legs, your body, and out the top of your head. So keep pulling and pulling and pulling through every pore of your body. And now pull it in from on top of you, from the top of you, through every pore of your body. And now you have energy coming in and flowing from everywhere, through every pore of your body. It is pulling in and energizing you. So pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. And now you have energy coming from everywhere. And money is but another form of energy. So all of this energy that's pulling and running and moving through your body now, coming in through every direction, turn it into money now. Turn it into money. Now notice how you made it more solid, most of you. Make it light. Make it energy, again, that you are receiving. And now make it money and play with that. Turn it from the energy that you were willing to pull through into money that maybe you were a little less willing to pull through. But just keep playing with it until it's got no significance at all between money and between energy. So make it light, make it energy, and again you are receiving. And now make it money. Good, that's better. That is how you become money. You flow it through every pore of your body. Do not see it coming from other people. You do not see it coming from other space. You do not see it coming from work. You allow it to flow in. And now stop the flow from every part of your body. And now we wish you to flow energy out of the front of you as much as you can. Flow it out, flow it out, flow it out, flow it out. Is your energy diminishing? No, it is not. Now feel at the back of you. Energy is coming in to you as you flow it out the front. So, key point, there is no end to energy. It continues to flow, as does money, currency. Now pull energy into every pore of your body, from every place. Good, now right there. Now notice that you are pulling it in from everywhere. As you're pulling it in, it is also going out from everywhere. It is not stagnant. Hi, Miruna. It is not stagnant. So now turn it into money, and you will begin to see money flying around everywhere around you. It goes in, it goes out, it goes through, and it continues to move. It is energy like you. It is you. You are it. There, like that. So that, if you'd like to begin your days, letting go of anything you've been yesterday and wondering what grand and glorious adventures you're going to have, and doing this, like literally waking up in the morning and allowing yourself to begin to receive. So pulling energy from everywhere in the universe, everywhere, pulling it in through you and out from the front, just like Raz was saying, inviting you to pull it in from the front and pull it in from behind you. Pull it in from the sides, right side, left side. Keep pulling in all directions, pulling it in from beneath you, pulling it up and up and up and up and out. And at the same time also pulling it down, pulling it into the top of you, flowing it in, flowing it out, flowing it through, all the way down into the earth, and keep pulling and swirling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And as you recognize, it's all energy. Nothing is stagnant, as he said. Nothing stops with you. It just keeps moving and moving and moving. Now, as you're swirling and enjoying this yummy, delightful, waking up kind of energy, let's turn it into money. It's not even going solid in my world now. I don't know about you. Turn it into money. Turn it back into energy. Turn it into gold. Turn it into energy. Keep pulling, pulling, pulling in all directions, everywhere. Yeah, isn't it fun? And the more you practice that, the more you play with that, the more ease you have being the flow. And it isn't about necessarily having to be guided. It's about recognizing that everything here would like to contribute to you. And all you've got to do is just pull. Just recognize that you, by pulling, are actually contributing to everything that's outside of you as well. Because everything's getting energized, right? And you're receiving as well. And contribution is a gifting and receiving process, always. So how does it get even better than that? There is no end to energy. It continues to flow, as does money. Now pull energy into every pore of your body from every place. Good, right there. And now notice that as you're pulling it from everywhere, it's also going out from everywhere. So now turn it into money and you will begin to see money flying around everywhere around you. Yes, it goes in, it goes around, it goes in and it goes out. It goes around, it goes through. It is a party. It continues to move. It is energy. It is currency, just like you. It is you. You are it. There, like that. All right, now stop the flowing. Now flow money, hundreds of dollars of money to anybody else in the room or anybody that you know of in front of you. Flow it out, massive amounts of money. I see them gathering massive amounts of money. Flow it out, flow it out, flow it out, flow it out. Notice that you're still pulling energy in the back. And if you allow as much energy, and this is key, if you allow, if you have the willingness for it to be a contribution, a gifting and receiving, not a giving and taking, but gifting and receiving, it comes through. Notice you're still pulling energy in the back, and if you allow, as much energy will come in the back as you flow out the front. And you're still doing it as money. Does this give you an idea? When you think that you've not enough money to pay a bill, and it is a hardship to flow out the money, it's because you have closed down the backside of you, and you are not willing to receive it. Money flows in as it flows out. When you block it by your point of view, that there will not be enough tomorrow, you've created a disability in yourself. And you've no disability but the ones that you personally create. Those are all your inventions. Yeah, all right, everybody got that? Next question will be on Monday. And we will be going back to our original time on Monday at 10 a.m. my time, so an hour earlier than this, okay? As I do not have the, but I will only be able to be on for an hour because I have an 11 o'clock my time class. So we'll see how we go. We'll keep playing. We've made it as far as chapter 7, lots of the book. And if you are bored this weekend, you are welcome to rewatch the other ones. Or you know what? Set up a reminder on your phone maybe to do that pull every time. To do that pull a few times a day. I don't know, maybe once an hour, maybe, you know, once in the morning, once, whatever. Just recognize that you can just pull and pull and pull. How much happier will your body be? And how much more joyful will your being be even? That you get to function more as the truth of you, as energy and not as solidity. So what else is possible? Thank you for reading with me. Again, this is the How to Become Money Workbook by Access Consciousness by Gary Douglas. It's fantastic. I enjoy it. And it is wonderful to have you guys receiving the gift of this book with me. So take care and toodaloo, and we will see you soon. Mwah. Happy holidays, Easter, Passover, springing forth, all of it. Bye.